us out here right now.
Literally, like, oh my god. No.
What?
I'm scared.
Oh.
And here he comes. He walks across. See, he's got a trash bag, it looks like. And I thought at first he had a backpack on, but you'll see in a minute it's not a backpack.
Out here, the scariest encounters aren't what you see, but what's already watching you. From a stranger quietly entering a campsite in the middle of the night, to a hidden figure stalking an RV before stepping out with an axe. When you realize you're not alone, would you stay calm or panic too late? Mary, the creator behind the YouTube channel Maximus Minibus, has built a loyal following by sharing her authentic outdoor lifestyle. Her videos thoughtfully combine the demands of everyday work, her passion for hobbies, and a genuine appreciation for the quiet simplicity of campground living. On the evening of September 10th, 2025, what began as a small attempt to be productive, finally setting up a long-delayed trail camera, quickly shifted into something far more unsettling. Describing herself as someone who tends to procrastinate, Mary had put off installing her solar-powered trail camera for over a year, waiting for the right SD card, the right moment, and the motivation to complete the task.
I've had this camera for at least a year, maybe more, probably, maybe even 2 years. It's a trail cam with a little solar panel on the top, and, you know, it has its own power and everything, so I could put it anywhere. Didn't have to worry about whether I have power there. Inside this little door, it has battery backup. You're supposed to put batteries in it, which I haven't done yet. Surprise, surprise. But anyway, the batteries are like C batteries or, oh no, actually, you know what? It's 4 AA's. But the reason I haven't set it up is because it takes an SD card, and I have SD cards, but they're SD card. So I've had it on my list on and off forever to buy a card for this thing. And finally, tonight, I can set this up. Maybe the hammock is next. I'm going to put the camera on this little footstool that I always put in front of my tent when I close it up for the night. It's basically just shooting. Probably not the most exciting place to put the camera. I don't even know if it's set up right, so I'm just going to leave it here.
After a trip to Walmart, she finally had everything she needed. She placed the camera on a small stool near her tent, aiming it toward her bus and the surrounding area. She expected it would capture nothing more than raccoons passing by or deer moving through. The next morning, however, something immediately felt off. The tent had been unzipped in a way she would never have left it open from the top down, as if someone had deliberately gone inside. At first, she brushed it off. Then she remembered the camera. The footage showed not wildlife or another camper, but something far more unusual.
In the first part, it shot at like 8:30, and it just got like some campers walking to the restroom, but then nothing until 2:30. Around, like, maybe either somebody drove in and they're turning around right now. I don't think it's a camper. But so the headlights come this way, and then it's a pickup truck that goes by. I don't recognize it. It's not a vehicle I recognize. Let's start with that. But right after it goes by, keep your eye on this over here. You see him? He's got glasses on that are shining. He's got on a, and here he comes. He walks across. See, he's got a trash bag, it looks like. And I thought at first he had a backpack on, but you'll see in a minute it's not a backpack. And then it missed the first part of him, but then he comes back with a flashlight. I have a table over here with a bunch of stuff on it. He's coming around, probably checking out what's on that table. Now he's shining the flashlight in through the mesh of the tent, trying to see what's inside the tent. But he leaves again. He walks by, and he's going, like, probably over to the golf cart, because the golf cart's parked in front of the bus. And then he goes around. I think he must probably go around the bus and come back again, because there he goes, coming back around for another chance. And this time, he's not going to just look inside the tent. This time, give him a second. There he goes, coming right to the tent. And look at this. He moves the camera. I mean, he moves the camera. I guess he doesn't know it's a camera, so that he can unzip the tent and get inside. Inside the tent, for all, you can hear him plunking around, moving things, stuff like that. And then the movement stops, so the camera kind of stops recording.
At 2:30 a.m., an unknown pickup truck passed by. Shortly after, a figure emerged from the darkness. A man wearing a baseball cap and glasses with what looked like a trash bag over his shoulders moved cautiously around the campsite. He shined a flashlight into the tent, searched through her belongings, and even adjusted the camera to make access easier. For several minutes, he remained inside looking around.
I've never seen any sign that anyone has done this before. But the fact is, when I'm in that bus, I don't see or hear anything. I put my curtains up, that's it for my stuff. Ugh, it creeps me out. So I've been looking around trying to figure out what he took, but I can't really find anything. I mean, the most obvious thing would have been this tablet. I mean, I don't leave my laptop in here, so tablet would have been the next best thing. Maybe he's an electronic snob, I don't know. But I do have a toolbox in here, and it's got a lot of small tools, you know, things that he could have taken either to use or to sell, things with some value, and he didn't take those either, so I don't know. So I don't really even know why he was here. I told my boss about it, and she asked me to post a...
When he finally left, he took only a few items: hand sanitizer, rubbing alcohol, and toilet paper. Basic necessities, nothing truly valuable. It suggested this was not a typical thief, but likely someone living in the woods, taking only what was needed to get by. She was left unsettled by the intrusion. In the end, nothing significant was missing. Perhaps it was just someone desperate passing through. Or perhaps it shows how thin the line is between peace and vulnerability in isolated places. If you had watched this footage the next morning, would you feel safe staying another night? The video was uploaded on August 21st, 2025. Mo Sargi, the adventure-focused creator behind his self-titled channel, is known for pushing the limits of exploration and taking on bold challenges, from off-grid RV living to intense survival situations. Mo and his wife Shadia often place themselves in environments that are both exciting and at times unsettling. However, one particular camping trip took an unexpected turn, turning what began as a lighthearted challenge into a real test of nerve.
So basically the challenge is I have had a mysterious person place items that we need to survive with the
Anchor Solix C1000 Generation 2 portable power station.
We each get 10 minutes to find each item.
Oh my God.
And if you don't, then you're a loser. All right, guys, we have acquired the drone, got some epic drone shots. Hopefully you guys like them. We also have acquired my toothbrush. We've also acquired a flashlight, which is gonna come in handy because it's starting to get dark right now. We're gonna go and search for the Starlink. That's gonna be the next item, and I have to find that myself. No way. Seriously?
11, 10, 9, 8.
Oh, it's in here.
5, 4, 3.
I got it.
Sorry, it's time.
No, but that's not enough time.
Oh, you heard the timer.
Oh
You
my
lost.
God.
You lost this round. But
I
you
lost-
found the object. Well, that's all that matters.
No, you have to plug it in before the 10 minutes is up.
At least we can still use it. Though.
Whatever, let's go plug in the Starlink and see if we can get some communications. Shadia, what are we gonna do in the morning?
So in the morning, because now it's nighttime and we need to go to sleep, we need to have coffee in the morning.
And we're gonna make some eggs and some sausages.
Now?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning, yeah.
Tomorrow.
On their second night at the campsite, a sudden loud impact broke the silence. Something had forcefully hit the RV. Startled, they grabbed a flashlight and stepped outside.
Keeping it simple and healthy this morning, we got some beef Italian sausages and we got some eggs, because obviously eggs are a must. All right, let's throw them on. Alrighty, about to have some yummy. I don't think she trusts my cooking, but look at it. This looks so good. Some beef sausages and some yummy eggs, scrambled eggs. I'm gonna go ahead and try one of these. These are spicy, by the way. Oh my God. Yeah, Shadia usually doesn't eat nothing that I make. I don't know why. I make good food.
Good.
Really? Okay. Oh, by the way, today is me and Shadia's 7-year anniversary. We've been married 7 years today. Like that's insane. And we get to do a video. We get to be camping for that.
We decided to camp one more night at this forest. Little did we know we would encounter the most terrifying thing ever.
What the
What was that?
I don't know, it was loud. Something like smashed against the car or the RV.
From the front.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. Camping, no kids. It's been great, but me and Shadia basically slept in all day in the RV. We just had this loud bang. That's why I got this because I'm kind of worried. I don't know what the fuck that was. There's nothing there. Let me get a flashlight. Okay, come on. Something like smashed against the RV. Oh, what the f?
Oh, what is that?
What the f?
Oh, what is that?
Somebody threw something at the RV. Is that a
Why
tomato?
would they hit our RV?
What the f? It's a rotten tomato.
Ew.
What the f is going on here?
What they saw was a rotten tomato smashed against the vehicle. The randomness of it made them uneasy. especially since no people or vehicles were visible nearby. After failing to find anyone, they went back inside and began watching the area through their security camera. Soon, something even more disturbing appeared.
You okay? Been sitting there watching that damn camera all night.
Freaking out because it's red too, so it's even more creepy. Looks like blood.
Anyone is back there? I don't know. We can see out front.
We did hear some noises. I'm scared because the lights are off in the front, and I'm scared.
Okay, I'll turn on the lights just to make you feel better.
I don't want to.
Hold on a second. At least we can see if anybody's out in the front.
That's terrifying.
Someone's there. Someone's actually there.
No, I see something.
Yeah, look, what the fuck?
What is that?
I think it's a deer. No, that's not a person. That's an animal.
What is?
Hold on a sec.
No.
Wait.
There's someone there.
No.
There's someone there.
I know.
Did you lock the door?
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
I heard something. I seen something moving back there. It's walking.
Oh my God, Mo, what is that?
I don't know.
Is that a person?
Maybe it's a bear.
What if it's the person that threw whatever it is on the windshield?
What is that, dude?
There's noises here, or
I just see something like above the trees. You know what I mean? What is that? Yeah, there it is. It's... Oh my God! What the f? The camera. Take the camera. Take the camera.
Where are you going?
Where's my baseball bat?
Where are you going?
Come here. Come with me. Hello? Bro, that was the same guy. He threw a fucking tomato again.
Where?
He threw a tomato at my camera. Look, my camera's dented.
Oh my God.
He messed up my camera. Look. There's tomato juice all over here. Wait. There's somebody moving back there. Okay.
Well, I'm not going in there.
Oh, he's got a dog. Get in. Quick, get in. You get in first. Get in first. Either that was a dog or a fucking coyote.
Well, now you know, like, never to come here.
But we're like, you guys saw the drone footage from earlier. We're literally in the middle of nowhere, and there's somebody stalking us out here right now.
Literally, like... Oh my God! No, don't open. My heart is hurting. My heart is actually hurting.
Can you come out with a flashlight?
Hell no.
No, I need to see. Just come out here with a flashlight. Get out here with a flashlight.
Oh.
I can't see a thing. Bring the flashlight over here. I know you're scared, but we've got a baseball bat. Bro, this is fucking terrifying. Hold on, let's go over here. What if you went... Wait, shine the light down this way? There's a trail. I didn't even realize there was a freaking trail here.
Through the camera, a figure showed up in the distance. At first, it did not clearly look like a person, but as they continued watching, it became clear that someone was hidden among the trees observing them. The sense of being watched became real. With a flashlight and a baseball bat, Mo went outside to investigate. He found his camera dented and more rotten tomatoes scattered across the RV. Feeling exposed, they quickly returned inside. Moments later, loud knocking hit the sides of the RV, forcing them outside again. As they moved deeper into the darkness,
Listen, just swing, okay? Watch your step. Come on. Hello?
No.
What?
Please. I'm scared.
Oh.
No, oh my God.
What the f, man? He's got an axe. Yo, why are you throwing shit at my fucking RV? No, you get the fuck out of here, dude. No. Why are you throwing shit at my RV? No, go. He's coming at us with an axe. Go. Run. Go. Just follow the light. I'll blind him with my flashlight.
He's coming.
No, he's not. He's just standing there. He thinks he's tough with a freaking axe. Get in. You get in.
No,
you get in the RV. Get in the RV right now. He's coming. Just go.
Oh God.
they noticed a path they had not seen before. Believing it might be connected to whoever was responsible, Mo chose to follow it. That decision led to a frightening encounter. They came face to face with a man holding an axe.
No, I have to. I'm not going to let someone scare me off. I'm a fucking sergeant.
Okay, but I don't feel good about this.
Okay, keep the baseball bat with you, okay? Just stay here. Yeah, lock the door. Just lock the door. Lock the door. I'm going to go check it out.
Can you please, not go anywhere far?
Okay, I'm just going to go look. I think this guy's just trying to scare us off. He must be camping out here. He's probably just fucking around. Oh, what the hell? The fuck? He left his axe here. Hey, come on out. I know you're hiding here with your... Come on out. I know you're hiding here. Yeah, it does sound like a... Sounds like a diesel truck just turned on and just left. What the f? All right, I should get back. Shadia's probably scared Nah, bro. He took the axe. No way. Oh, no. No. Shit.
It was clear this was not a harmless prank. They barely made it back to the RV. Despite warnings to stay inside, Mo went out again, driven by frustration and the need for answers. Along the trail, he found the axe left behind and called out into the darkness. But when he returned to the RV, the axe was gone. This confirmed the person had been nearby the entire time and had taken the weapon back. Recognizing the ongoing danger, they decided to leave the campsite rather than risk another encounter. When someone hides in the dark and watches from a distance, it changes how you perceive your surroundings. If this happened to you, would you stay to investigate or leave as soon as something felt wrong? 2 hunters set out by boat before sunrise for the opening day of duck season, expecting a calm and uneventful start. Not long after, a gray truck began circling near their parked vehicles, stopping, watching, and moving back and forth in a way that felt increasingly suspicious.
About 20 minutes into our hunt, and Luke and I noticed this gray truck creeping on us, driving back and forth by our trucks and reversing. And this was going on for probably a good half an hour to 40 minutes. Then we saw him get out of his truck and then put a note on one of my other friend's trucks.
Little update, we've been sitting here and really nothing has been happening. A couple birds flying by, we're sticking out pretty bad in the boat. But as you guys saw, there's been a gentleman just driving along slowly by all our trucks. I saw him get out and he actually put like a note or something on my other buddy's red truck. So we might go over there and say what's up, see what's going on with him, see what is bothering him, or if he has a problem. I don't really know what this guy's doing.
Rather than reacting impulsively, the hunters chose to stay observant and document the situation and eventually approach the driver in a calm, controlled manner.
How's it going? Not too bad. We noticed you watching us.
Well, you're crossing private property to get where you're at.
We have permission from...
So we're entering on a public, it's the road goes up to the ditch in a legal distance,
yeah,
and then we didn't...
You don't get off of the other property until you're around that point.
We did. We just stayed in the boat the entire time.
I know.
And then...
It doesn't make the sloop public.
We're not touching...
We didn't touch land. To settle this? I mean...
Yeah, you can. That's fine.
She's in the area.
Yeah, you can bring them over here.
I know where you're at. You're fine where you're at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're crossing private property to get there.
We didn't touch the land.
Didn't touch the land.
We went right off the road to the front of the boat and in.
But that doesn't make the water public.
As long as you don't touch,
as long as
you stay in your boat and don't get out,
you can't touch the land underwater, but you can't touch the land out of the boat.
Where's the other boat? I see there's two.
They're doing some hunting down there. Yeah, they used their 4-wheeler and drove back there.
Yeah, we didn't step foot on that land off the public road. We didn't get out of the boat till we were there.
I'll call the warden and talk to her. I don't think that's true.
You can bring her over.
Yeah.
She's in the area.
When accused of trespassing on private property, they relied on their knowledge of access laws and clearly explained that they had entered from a public road without crossing onto restricted land.
I'm waiting for a call back. I did call.
Okay.
If it has a sign that you can't access, then it's illegal.
It will be short, probably during the day if it wasn't raining.
Yeah. We didn't mean to cause you no harm.
There's another pallet in the water down there that had a sign on it. Yeah, if you look in the rushes there, I'm going to clean that one up so you can see it. Sure. I had it put with...
After verifying the situation and speaking with a warden, the driver returned, admitted his mistake, and offered an apology. The encounter highlights how staying composed, communicating effectively, and understanding the rules can prevent misunderstandings from escalating into something far more serious. In remote areas where tensions can rise quickly, would you have the patience and awareness to handle a situation like this the same way? Daniel and Houston headed out before sunrise, expecting a routine hunt settling quietly into their blind on a hill overlooking a field. The calm is broken when distant gunshots begin getting closer.
Why are they coming over here? I don't know, but they're fixing to spook our deer off. Bad to be trespassers. Step foot on this property. See who's perfect from here. They better not. 2 dudes are fixing to be trespassers. They're sneaking up on our deer, trying to take a shot of the 3 deer that are right in front of us. Trespassers. They're climbing through the fence. Mother.
Soon, two unfamiliar hunters appear along the fence line, tracking deer and unknowingly crossing from public land onto private property. From the blind, Daniel and Houston watch as the men move closer, take positions near a gate, and raise their rifles toward deer standing directly in front of the blind. Shots are fired, with one passing dangerously close. Realizing how serious the situation has become, Daniel rushes out and the intruders quickly retreat.
You better run, you piece of crap! Yeah, that's what I thought! Run, you little Hey! You posted SOB! Get over here! Keep running!
Two guys almost just shot Houston and I. We're sitting in a blind on top of this hill right here, and those three does standing in front of us, they literally walked across the first gate, which put them on the private property. They leaned on that gate right there and took a shot at our deer in our field. I came out yelling, and the two pansies took off running. I called the game warden, called the park rangers.
Authorities are later contacted, and the incident ends without injuries. The moment stands as a serious reminder that careless hunting on public land, failing to confirm boundaries backstops, or what lies beyond a target can lead to severe legal consequences, accidental harm, or loss of life. When safety rules are ignored, how quickly can a hunt turn into something irreversible? Justin was duck hunting on Lake Winnebago when the morning suddenly felt unusual. Standing knee-deep in open water before legal shooting time, he noticed a bright light cutting through the darkness. A man approached, raising his voice and accusing him of being on private property.
So, have you been hunting here all year? Because that blind...
I've been hunting here my whole fucking life because this is my land.
Which is legal.
You're knocking down vegetation.
Which is legal. I'm not cutting it. All right, call him, bud. I'm knee deep. So as long as I'm in the water and my feet are wet and I don't get out of my boat, I'm fine. Sounds good. Have a good one. That's exactly why the duck hunting community gets a bad name. Show up 5 minutes before open, tell me I'm on his land. I'm on Lake Winnebago. You guys will recognize this spot if you've hunted here before. Paddled in, completely on water. Left the boat, but I was knee deep in water. He shows up like 10 minutes before shooting light, berates me, intimidates me. I'm a dumbass for setting up on the edge of the cattails, which is where everyone sets up, so that you can see close to his supposed blind. First come, first serve, as far as in my opinion. Just because you have a blind here doesn't mean it's your spot. So we'll see what happens. I don't know where he went. My guess is that's not the last we've heard of him. I hope he does call the DNR, but you literally cannot make this stuff up.
Justin remained in place, explaining that he had entered by water and was legally positioned with his feet in the lake and no contact with private land. The situation became tense, driven more by intimidation than conversation. After the man left, the hunt resumed, until another individual arrived by boat circling nearby, pretending to fish, watching closely, and firing shots that disrupted the area.
Well, here's more hunter harassment. I don't know what this guy's doing, but something tells me he's gonna set up fishing right there. Watch this. That's totally him. Unbelievable. Let's see what he does. He's not gonna win. I'm gonna sit here and fish right in front of me. That sounds about right.
Good shot, you stupid piece of shit! Like you fucking whipped it! Go home!
I'm not going! Did you call the DNR?
I don't know, with shots like that, I don't need to!
What does my shooting have anything to do with it?
Hey, go spend some more money on those stupid decoys!
Although Justin was operating within the law, being harassed while isolated in the water turned a routine hunt into an uneasy experience. Moments like this highlight why hunters must understand regulations, clearly distinguish public and private boundaries, follow safety procedures, and stay composed under pressure. When knowledge and control are your only protection, how prepared are you to handle a conflict like this in the field? On July 27th, 2025, the YouTube channel Deep Down Under Spearfishing uploaded footage of a dangerous solo dive at Mistral Point in Maroubra, Sydney. Spearfisher Dean was floating roughly 100 meters from shore, completely alone in open water. He started chumming the water with salmon, hoping to draw in snapper. What he didn't realize was that a far more dangerous predator had already picked up the scent.
My salmon has been in my cray bag for an hour and a half at this stage. It's tangled in the fishing line I collected earlier. I'll often put rubbish and fishing line in this netted bag to remove it from the water after my dive. While I'm on the surface preparing for another dive, The SharkSmart app picks up a tagged female great white, but I am completely unaware that she is to the right, observing my every movement. I turn my camera on, and before it can even turn on, she turns and comes straight towards me.
The approach appeared deliberate, as if it was assessing him. It veered off briefly, but Dean was trapped by a rocky cliff. Swimming away would likely trigger a pursuit and leave his legs exposed. His only option was to remain in place.
My best option is to hold my ground. After a few close passes, she seems to lose interest in sizing me up and shifts her attention to the salmon instead. I briefly consider removing the salmon from the fish bag, and I know the fish is tangled and requires both of my hands to get it out. With my bare hands, while I'm unarmed, isn't a risk I'm willing to take. I'm doing my best to look like a threat, hoping it's enough to make her think twice before deciding I'm worth the risk.
He moved toward it with his spear gun extended, trying to appear threatening. The shark showed no hesitation, circling wide before turning back again. In a final attempt to drive it away, Dean swam directly toward it. A loud alarm suddenly went off.
I decide to duck dive and meet her on her level, swimming head on in a strong attempt to warn her off. For the first time, I see the full scale of her size. I try to stop my hands from trembling to mask the fear as I push my spear gun out towards her. I match her movements, constantly turning and staying face to face. I can't risk letting her slip to the side of my body where I'd have no barrier between us. She makes several passes before brushing a pectoral fin along the bag with the salmon. I can sense that she's getting impatient because she can't get to the fish.
Dean lifted his head briefly, then dropped back underwater and saw it charging again. Realizing intimidation had not worked,
Me and called for help, but at the same time, I know there's nothing anyone can do. I drop my head back underwater, and that's when I see her coming straight towards me. I drive the spear into her nose, but it's like hitting a wall of muscle, and it almost derails from my gun. The scariest part is that she's barely concerned. This spear gun isn't stopping her. She's edging in closer and becoming more impatient.
Dean began a slow retreat toward shore, carefully observing its movements. The shark disappeared into murky water. He lost sight of it and began turning in circles, searching for any indication of its position.
And suddenly, I've lost her. I catch a brief glimpse. She's behind me, this time moving faster, more agitated. I'm spinning in circles, trying to cover every angle. But deep down I know, if she wants me, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm doing the best I can to keep my fins below the surface to stop them from splashing. Every meter feels like a marathon. That 100 meters might be the longest swim of my life, with every second feeling like I'm being hunted.
Near the rocks, visibility dropped to 0.
I'm blind. I don't know where she is or if she's behind me. I'm trapped in the surge, waiting, heart racing, as I wait for the moment of calm.
Oh, shit. What a bloody thrill.
Once on shore, Dean immediately warned nearby fishermen. When the danger passed, the adrenaline hit him hard.
Out safely. But the moment it was all over, the adrenaline hit me like a ton of bricks. I was shaking and I could barely form a sentence.
Sorry, I'm a bit shaken up. One of the boys that were fishing here let me use their phone and just call the lifeguards just to raise it that there's a white swimming around here, aren't they? Like, absolutely beautiful. Just the sheer size of them, how thick they are. And just you just feel how tough their skin is, you know?
Later, he reflected on several critical mistakes. Diving alone, chumming the water, choosing a dangerous location, storing fish in a hard-to-reach bag, and lacking a float or clear exit. This case shows how small safety risks can build into a life-threatening situation. Do you think one different decision could have changed how this encounter ended? The video was posted on March 26, 2020. Tajicha from the Fishing Point channel traveled to Amakusa in Kumamoto Prefecture with the goal of catching Onaga goret, a prized long-tailed sea bream. Shortly after arriving, heavy rain began falling, and the sea quickly turned rough. What was supposed to be a routine fishing trip soon became a dangerous situation. The conditions were severe.
すごい急な雨ですね。大雨です。はい、今日はですね、沖ノ瀬に来て、見ての通り結構な天気ですごい雨が降ってます。今までね、水が来るような状況なんですけども、ちょっとここでですね、ちょっと行っていきたいと思います。
Large waves slammed against the rocks. and most anglers would have decided to leave. Tajicha and his companion, however, continued using their gear and bait. The only advantage they had was the rocky platform, which offered somewhat stable footing despite the intensifying surf.
今日の魚のおかずですね。V9 使います。こちらハード加工ですね。やばいやばいやばい。マジやばいやばい。マジやばいやばい。今日はですね、オナガグレを釣り来たんですけど、なんかオナガがちょっとあんまいないようで、グレがですね、チヌとヘダイですね。最悪コンディションで波も強いし雨も降ってます。救われたのは足場が良かったってことだけですね。
Tajicha caught a few fish, but none were the species he was targeting. Still, he continued determined to catch what he came for, even as the warning signs around him became harder to ignore.
これやばくないですか？この波、よく磯で釣られる方はこういうのよく目にするかもしれないですけどね、やっぱりちゃんとライフジャケットと磯靴着用しないと、これやっぱ命の危険を感じますね。うわすごいエバい。
Before long, the waves grew strong enough to nearly overtake the rocky island. Water surged higher, carrying away some of his equipment and making movement increasingly risky.
ここが一番高いからね。ちょっと波が強すぎてバッカンが流されてきました、あっちの方に。やばいですね、この波。ちょっと気にならないです。あと30分ぐらいすると引いてくるんでしょうけど、ちょっと道具が流される始末ですね。やばいなこれ。釣りとかの問題じゃいやもんね。これ命にかかるわこれ。
What began as a fishing attempt had clearly turned into a struggle for safety. As the situation worsened, more gear was pulled into the sea. Tajicha and his companion tried to reposition, looking for any place that could offer protection from the relentless waves. The threat of being swept away became very real.
やばいやばい。結構な距離流されたよね、あれね。ちゅうか船長ここが一番高いとこなんですけどね。もうここまで来てます。凄まじい。
After nearly an hour stranded on the rocks, the boat that had brought them returned through the rough water. Tajicha managed to climb aboard first while his companion stayed behind with the remaining equipment. The boat then had to fight the same harsh conditions again to retrieve him.
竿ばどかして竿からちょうだい。いや、お前乗れ。手すりを持って前に。ちょうだいちょうだい。ここまで来て。もう一個ちょうだい。よいしょ。よし。
One by one, the gear was loaded. With a final risky effort, his companion made it onto the boat.
生えました
This case shows how quickly rough weather can turn a normal plan into real danger. Do you think leaving earlier would have prevented this, or was the risk unavoidable once the sea changed? That's it for tonight. Which moment creep? Drop it in the comments. Have your own story, share it with us, and stay tuned. The next one is even darker.